TV over there. Put that. Click on that bottom left-hand corner. Bottom left-hand corner.
Bottom left.
All the way
Right
over.
here.
There we go. That's good. Stay there. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Sir Markadu here. We are back with Sir Media Group, where we put your business in the streets. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. We are here with my man, Omari. And we were talking about the life and times of Omari Brunson. I love doing things like this because it really reflects who we are as a community. You know, I know, anybody that knows me knows that I cater to the youth. We're just doing the beginning when it comes to our children. I'm going to be traveling the United States to communicate with our children and teach them economics and teach them about the hard times and teach them about the good times, right? And then teach them about the great times. Amen? So we're going to get right to it, get it cracking. We're here with Omari Brunson. What's going on, Brother Omari? Doing great, man. God bless you. Now, Brother Omari, you know, like I said, I cater to the youth. What I want to ask you first, and then once I ask you, because I want you to address the audience, is tell us what your childhood was like, easily growing into it, and then what and who inspired you first, and then what happened later, in when things kind of went wrong, and then we're going to talk about when things went right. Okay, so tell us about your youth and how it really transpired, who inspired you.
I guess I was the only child. I was the only child growing up, so I had to really make a way for my own. I had to really show and prove more than I guess somebody had a lot of brothers and sisters or whatever the case may be. So I called everybody my brother and my sister, but I always go a lot harder for the approval because I always was the only child. So, I always wanted to fit in, I guess. And, growing up, I always had a mindset of being a leader. My mama always told me when I was born, the doctor, when she pushed me out, she was an African doctor, and she was telling the world, here comes our new leader, here comes our new leader. And I never understood why my mom always called me that, but she told me the story was the doctor that birthed me in Kentucky, Fort Knox, about what she was saying when she birthed me in this world. So,
so she was breathing that love into you, that future into you right away.
Right, words of power, man. Words have ways of developing things into reality, man. So by her speaking those words, it shaped me into becoming mentally a leader. And that's why I wanted to show some of the students about the words of how they have power.
So did you show them leadership qualities when you was younger? Did you always want to be out front?
Yeah.
And do things?
I was always one that always got to show and prove myself. I always wanted to, get approval, man. I was a class clown, all type of stuff, man. So
was you a shorty too?
Yeah, man.
So you were shorty, so they go that Napoleon.
I guess so, man. There's no tolerance, man, because I'm always thinking somebody gonna try you or something because you're the smallest one, but we got the biggest heart.
I had a brother like that.
And we gotta I guess leverage out the strength from your weakness out. So we try to be smart and stuff like that, opposed to, just...
but at what point did you really start realizing that it was kind of working against you, that it went from leadership to, did you ever experience a little bit of maybe anger at some point? And then what led you down the path, and how old was you when you really, really seen your life make a change?
Shoot, it happened, a lot of times I have a lot of people's, backs more than I have my own back. So by me going the extra length for somebody, and I'm thinking in my mind, my expectations, like I'm thinking you're going to go the same extra mile for me, and doing that multiple times with people that you think that, they need to have your back in certain times and they don't. It kind of put me in a mind frame like, hold on, I'm doing all this for these people, but at the same time I can go hard for myself.
How old were you when you really realized things were taking another turn?
It was when I was in prison, man. I had woke up.
How old?
I was at 20.
You were at 20, but when did the trouble start?
The trouble started when I was in high school, around 18, 17, 18, 19.
Okay. And you don't have to get specific, but what kind of things were getting you moving in the wrong direction?
The lifestyle.
Of what?
Addicted to the lifestyle of being famous, being when I said I wasn't playing basketball no more because I got cut, I said I ain't playing professional. Then I'm through with basketball, so I ain't had nothing else to keep myself, mentally focused on going to school. But I wanted to still have that fame, so I made beats. I used to start making music then. And that was another way of me being accepted.
Yes. It was a time in my life when it's like, because I started smoking weed when I was 10, and it was forced on me. And then it was slow. And then when I got like 13, it was on and popping. And then I think once I got into high school, I started selling a little weed and stuff like that. And then as I got older, it started to really take on. Then the powder came, the drug dealing, And this is why when I come into your school, when I come into your church, or wherever I come into, because I done smoked all over the place, and I can't wait to get there. I'm going to talk about the dangers of drugs and alcohol and what it can really do and how it affects your life. And I'm just glad it didn't. It didn't affect my, my right to vote. It didn't affect my right to drive. It didn't affect my right to even maybe own a firearm, right? So thank God for that. But like I said, I started really, really young, and that you said the lifestyle. So that was the lifestyle. So what was your lifestyle that got you inching up to prison?
Well, I know one thing, man. That, when I told you about words have power, right? Mm-hmm. When I was making my music at that time, I had created a company called Organized Crime Fam. Mm-hmm. And we was mentally doing the things that we was doing and rapping about things we was doing because we named the company Organized Crime Fam. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking now, if I would have named it Honest Money.
Yes. Work hard money, or in the name of God, music, or something. We wouldn't have been mentally doing those negative things that we were doing. So by me attaching that name to my company, it attached to your lifestyle.
It attached to my lifestyle. So that's when I noticed the power of words, man. When I woke up in prison on some stuff that I did because of my mind thinking I'm an organized crime boss.
Yes. Okay. So it sounds like a little bit. Little drugs in there and whatever came along with it. Okay. In that age of 20, that's when you entered into the gates.
That's when I went in. But before I went in, I did the biggest event in Charlotte history.
Tell us about that.
It was 40,000 people downtown, and I was inaugurating the Bobcats, welcoming them to my city. And they had me on the man lift, 40,000 people, and it was 30,000 feet in the air talking to people in Charlotte, middle of trade and Tryon, and they wanted me to be able to come up with a urban feel for New Year's because they ain't never had it. Mm-hmm. And one thing led to another, became a big video, became history, man. Mm-hmm. So when I did that, crime to do the time, they had me on the news for like 2 years to see if the next year's was going to be bigger than the one I did. Mm-hmm. So that was the mind frame going in prison. Like, damn, I done messed up what I worked hard for.
Yes.
Over the mentality that I had over naming my company that, because we still doing the bull stuff. And we needed to separate entertainment from real life.
Yeah.
Reality. I did not do that.
So art turned into reality.
Right.
Yeah. And then you went in, and what did you do? See, this is the beautiful part. Our job is prevention, of course, right? Then we have another job, and it's to enhance other people's lives. So this is the part of this interview that's going to make me feel good, make me feel better, because there's a lot of brothers and sisters that are already incarcerated. Mm-hmm. So tell us what you did with your time.
Oh man,
incarcerated, because this is the beauty. Here it comes.
Now you got two different type of people that's gonna do time, man. People that don't waste time, or they gonna do the time and come out a better person. You only got two types.
Yes.
All right, now
no in between. No in between.
Because the real life gonna really prove that you got some burdens that people don't got to hire you, man. So you gonna start your own business, you're gonna be a worker for the rest of your life. So I had to make a decision in prison, like, okay, I done woke up, I'm ignorant as hell. When I read books, I didn't understand the books I'm reading, so that made me even more mad to know that I was ignorant, that I did not know nothing.
Yes.
So by me knowing that I know nothing, man, just try to study everything in that library.
That's what I'm talking about. See, so you went from being ignorant, not knowing, to saying, you know, I want to learn. So it was self-application, or did somebody assist you?
It was just me recognizing how ignorant I was, and being in that unconscious state of mind when I was young, and woke up in a prison system when you ordered to do things every second of your life. It just made me be like, hold on, I got to put something else in my mind.
Well, you already had something before you went in.
Right.
Now you have to put some education to it.
Yep.
That's why I always tell people, by law in America, you have to go to school.
Yeah.
You have to.
You have to go. You got to go to school, man. You have to have it on the record as you went to college.
No, watch this now. That's the law.
Yeah.
But learning is optional.
Optional, right. Right, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Learning is optional.
Right.
So that's what you decided, that you, whatever school you went to, but then you decided when you went to college, when you went to prison, you decided that you want to be educated.
I want to be educated.
And that was the turn. And so, folks, this is what I'm trying to tell you about your children and our children, is that we got to get them not only to go to school, but to get educated, okay? And that if you do have someone that's in the prison system, incarcerated, you encourage them to get educated, to read the right types of books, encourage them to read some books that you might even encourage them to read, right? Yeah. Okay, so tell us what kind of the lessons were you learning in school? What kind of education?
I like that when you talk about being educated, because you can educate yourself. You can learn from anybody.
I did it too.
But you can educate yourself.
Yes.
So I had some situations in those prisons, libraries, where they'll tell you, if they don't teach this, you can't learn that.
Yes.
So I was studying the stock market, and they told me since they don't have any books about stock market, we can't learn about stocks because they don't teach it. So I understood their system of being, you got to learn from them, but they're not there to. You're not there to be.
You can be left out. You can be left out if you're not willing to take it a step further.
Yeah.
So did you learn anything about the stock market?
Yeah, I learned a lot about stock.
Okay, but there was no books there.
I had to order them from the
right. So you were proactive.
Proactive. You have to be proactive. That's the main ingredient. You can go to college your whole life, and then if you're not proactive, all your knowledge is just blow the wind. It'll just disappear.
Well, no, you don't have it. You ain't knowledgeable.
Not.
No, you're not. You're not taking the time to really get educated about that process. Yeah. So you ordered some books.
Ordered some books. I didn't understand what I was reading, so I was even mad. Like, darn, I ordered these books, spend the money. I don't even understand what I'm reading. Now I got to get a dictionary.
There we go.
To understand what I'm reading. Now I'm out here with a dictionary and the words coming together. Okay, that's what that means. Now the whole meaning just changed.
Yes.
And one thing led to another. One thing led to another because I have time. The precious gift of time and patience. I had that.
Yeah, well, self-patience.
Patience, you have to have it.
Because you have that patience, because what was the alternative? You said, man, that's just too complicated.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna I'm not ready for this. And bring it down.
But what initiated that was that teacher telling me I can't learn that because they don't teach that. So that made me be like, okay, what is it so special about these stocks that you don't want me to know?
Yes.
And that's when I started studying. I was like, okay, that's how the world of pennies make money. Like millions and $1 million off every penny move.
Yeah.
1%, one penny move off $1 million is
yeah.
That's
$10,000.
$10,000.
Yeah.
So come on, when you think about billions of penny moves
a
day. So I said, wow, the intricate details of the stock market is real technical, and I want to learn it. And that's what I did. And I found out that people have trending ways, just like stocks on products. You don't buy shorts in the wintertime, you buy them in the summertime. You'll see the shift change on the stochastics, that's what they call it, and the trends of the market. And people have those sentiment behavior patterns too. And that's how you learn how to categorize your workers and everything, your employees.
So something tells me that you furthered your education.
Yes, definitely.
You didn't stick with the stock books.
Nah,
you went on to some other
consulting, pretty much.
Because that's what you do now. We're going to talk about that later. How you took all this information in education and turned it into now international. Yeah.
Stay Sharp Marketing International is a consulting firm introducing foreign and domestic products from anywhere and around the world. United States, we welcome all world products.
I'm going to help him with this.
Yeah.
It's not the products. is the brands.
Brands.
The other brands.
Stay sharp marketing.
Is the
focus
brand.
on the brand. Focus on your brands. That's what we do.
I gotta help a brother out a little
Thank
bit.
you, man.
You're welcome. Because everything is based off the brand. Because what's the number one thing you're gonna need in the world? The market to put your business around the globe. It is, you gotta have a brand. Because without this didn't have a label on it, you have one with a label on it. Which one you gonna buy? The one with the label on it. That's the brand.
It is.
Yeah. Now, how do you get that brand around the globe? You got to market it and advertise it. So now I'm going back to my original question.
Okay.
Something tells me that you learned other things in college. Tell me some of the other books and things, the knowledge that you was going pursuing.
Economics.
Okay, there we go.
We can talk about. I learned how to make money go around the congregation of people, of good men.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be good men though, because when you break a system in a watch, that whole watch is not going to be functioning. So you have to make sure that everybody, the pieces be,
working and moving in the right.
And they got to love their position too. So it comes from the heart.
Okay.
Economics.
And now this is something that is a question that I really want to ask, because I always like to ask, but I don't ask it enough.
All right.
Okay. What you know now, do you wish you knew it when you was 10, 11, 12, and 13 years old about branding and marketing and how to move other people's products and services around?
I think, definitely.
Yeah.
I would before I hear where I'm at now,
do you think, now I know this is a vague question, but do you think that you got in the trouble that you did if you knew how to brand, how to market, do the psychology of the markets, how to simplify things, and how to...
Definitely. I had an opportunity on going to Germany before I was, in the music real heavy in the city. I wanted to make my name known in the city before I went to Germany. But I had an opportunity to study music in Germany. But my psychology of marketing was off.
Yeah, it was off. It was off.
Marketing backwards.
It was upside down.
Yeah, I got to stay.
Well, I'll deal with the products and moving people products, but it was the brands. And we had to say, okay, I'm educated when I was younger. This is why I spend so much time talking grassroots economics to our children, because I think once they get it, they got it. And it's hard to get away from it. Once a brand, a product for a child, and they're 12 and 13, 14 years old, and they're nurturing that brand, and they're actually making $1,000 a week, and they're actually going out and making their own money. What's the odds of a child making that kind of loop, getting into trouble?
Wow. The odds of getting into trouble is rare. Because you're so concentrated on making your business.
Right.
You got to give people something to do.
And the beautiful part is, I guarantee that a kid that's doing that type of work is going to teach other kids how to do that work. And they have mentors.
That's what they need, mentors.
The mentors are the number one thing.
How to make them sell and how to save their money and make their money make more money.
Absolutely. Do mentorship. That's where that leads me to now. Who was mentoring you those years? Because exiting out, or was you had a mentor yourself?
I had some good peers that was my mentor from all different variations of life. Had all different people, all different type of minds.
Took you under their wing.
Took me under their wing, and I seen life in different angles, but it makes sense in their own way.
Yes.
And I noticed that people have their own path in life, and the weather shape you to be in condition to a certain degree. That's just how you are. Like, we cannot identify animalistic characteristics in human beings, but we still carry animalistic characteristics. We just can't see it with the physical eye.
Right.
So you got certain partners or friends, they might act like a snake.
Yeah.
You got certain people that act like a darn
rat.
A rat sometimes.
So he ready to get ate.
You ready to get ate by the snake. So it's all type of stuff. You gotta identify animalistic characteristics.
Yeah. I look at us as human beings, y'all, and I see this. I see that we are puzzles. Every human being is a puzzle.
Yeah, definitely.
And now, some people, puzzles are different. They got a bunch of 1,000 pieces of them. They got to put it all together. Then you got some people 100 pieces. So it's a little bit easier because maybe they had a better start. Then you got people who got 50 pieces. So it's much easier for them. The less trouble, time for them to get in trouble and stuff like that. Then you got people who got like maybe 5 or 10 pieces. But they have a mother, father, good, decent brother, a couple of mentors, and now they're moving in the right direction.
That's how you do it.
And then piecing it together is much easier to piece together, right?
That's right.
So, when you got out of doing that prison term, right? What's the first one in your record? What's one of the first things you did once you got out? You knew you was free, and you knew I'm getting ready to change my world, not the world, but my world, your world.
It felt like I was already out there though, man. When I came home.
So, what's one of the first things you did to put that part of that? Because to me, you only have maybe like 10 pieces now.
Yeah.
You went from having all these fragments of pieces, now you got 10 pieces. What was the first piece you did when you put your life back together?
Going to school.
You went back to school?
Went back to school.
That's what we want to talk about. Okay, what school did you go to?
The Art Institute of Charlotte.
Art Institute of Charlotte. So you can look them up and you want and say, did you have a Brunson there, right?
Yeah,
Omari Brunson.
Yeah, but I'm all on your line. I did the Manifesto Film Festival, the first one to do that. I got the Stay Sharp marketing campaign, teaching the students in film, fashion, photography, how to stay sharp and pay attention to intricate details in a sector of learning. So,
what's one of the first things you that somebody like a student, one of your students, would have to know? To stay sharp, right?
Yeah,
do a presentation.
The presentation is everything. The way you approach somebody when doing business is very important. The way you dress magnetize people to do business with you,
right,
or not, because they
judge you.
They stereotype. Sorry to say it.
Stereotype and judge you.
Yeah, so the guy with the $1 billion business plan with the pants hanging off your butt, they ain't gonna get the $1 billion. I'm talking to an investor because the way you look sometimes will hinder that, man. So.
Yes.
We got to stay sharp, and that's what I tell the students, man. Your way of dressing will magnetize your success.
And so now, what's next after? Okay, you got your sharpness. Now you got to learn your craft.
Right, now you got to learn your craft. And that's a whole other thing, too, because you got to love it. You got to develop your own system to make you separate from everybody else you're in competition with. And I don't even look at people as competition. Look at it as an opportunity.
Yes.
To implement a new strategy for the same goal.
That's right. That's right. Because now your brand, which is what's the name of your
Stay Sharp.
Stay Sharp. Okay. So you're educating these kids. Now, when you was in college, you had changed some of the policies.
Right.
Within that school. Tell us about some of the policies they weren't doing and you brought it to their attention.
Well, they didn't have an internship program. Well, they did, but it wasn't connected them specifically to the area of what they were studying. So you might have somebody in film, but they're working at Bojangles. And I didn't like that. So by me going into the real world, letting people know in the audio department at the radio station, hey, I got like 10 students at the Art Institute of Charlotte that's going to school for this, for audio. So can you tell them how you made it in your position, and can they do some work with you in the internship program that I created? That built a relationship with me, with mainstream people in my city, and connected them with the students, and it looked good for everybody's resumes. Everybody want to be a good public, speaker and stuff like that, or endorser.
Yeah.
So what I did was I created a mediator between the schools and the students. Now they're going out with State Sharp marketing events, all because of my connections that I had connected the school with. And they got it all on the record at Art Institute of Charlotte.
That's great. So you did your matchmaking,
right,
from the student to the business community.
Yep. That was the meet the pros sector. Then I have another sector where I can come in and I give people impulse thinking. Like, what's the first thing you think about when you think about North Carolina?
Charlotte.
Charlotte. What else?
New growth.
New growth. What else?
There's money.
Money. All right. So those 3 things you just said. I'll do that with like 5 other people. I'll come up with a list of the more familiar things as you recognize with Charlotte. And if it's Carolina blue that everybody agreed upon, then I'll make the flyers Carolina blue just so you'll know it's from Carolina.
Okay.
So that's one of the strategies I'll use to let them know to stay sharp.
Yes.
Strategic planning. It's not just, and it's God too. You get help from God, but the faith behind it. And the knowledge of the faith that what you possess, that ain't nothing but magnetic attraction. That's when you start moving mountains right there.
Amen. Now we got about 5 minutes left.
Okay.
Now, check this out. You had got connected. You was doing some marketing. You were doing some marketing with a product. We're not gonna get far into it. It's a liquor.
Right.
And you was doing some marketing, and you wasn't even marketing from. You didn't have a relationship with them at all. And then that company in Mexico, that's why I say international, contacted you through your mediums, and tell us a little bit about that.
Wow,
you talk about the product.
That's one of the biggest, potential, really potential. Well, now I'm co-owner of it now, but it was a way of me marketing a company that wasn't even using marketing or advertising.
Yes.
And I was the first one that did it on the social media. So by the Mexican government recognizing I was the only one sponsoring their tequila that they're trying to get out here so bad, it built already a frenzy around this tequila because Omari been putting it in videos, pictures at school with it. I made it a lifestyle just because I wanted to be cool and I wanted to be like Diddy and have some type of alcohol to complement my videos that I was going to school for. I didn't want to just shoot a video with a rapper. I wanted to attach something in the video footage that'll create value. So we got 100 people going to school doing videos. But Omari's putting actual products with real people inside his videos. So now when people are looking at colognes or perfumes and liquor in my videos, they're wondering where is that product. And by me doing that for 2 years for this tequila, the Galeta Veja, and it have 5 health tips. It's a healthy type of tequila. The agave plant have health benefits, but by me doing that marketing, which is the topic is, it landed me an opportunity with this new tequila company to just introduce it to people.
And that's what our future interview is going to be on. We're going to talk more about the product and all this and that. But what we talked about was starting your burning oil and put a line to it. See, because I figured if we use the same concept to use for that product,
right?
It's any product. So as soon as you start saying, "Hey, you got to try my burning oil air freshener," hashtag,
everybody want to have their car as a way of engaging in some type of smoking.
Yes.
Cigars, cigarettes, whatever the case.
Even if I'm old in the house, you're cooking pig feet, chitlins, and you want to kill that smell.
Exactly.
There's a little bit, it kills all chronic odors.
Yeah. So with your chemical that I can, I'm gonna advertise my own.
Yes.
Your
own brand.
I want people to recognize that smell when they think about my company. I want them to recognize my company every time they smell that brand.
Yeah, here we go.
And that's the whole benefit of making scent, because scent have a way of marketing and having a flashback of remembering things from past experience.
Right.
So when you have a scent, that's a big marketing tool to have for any business.
Well, scents are very emotional.
Right.
When you smell smells, they're very emotional.
Right.
When they smell it, they react to it.
Yep. It always puts you in some type of mind frame of
hate or good or good.
Yeah, it puts you in a mood.
Yeah, mood. So, or it can depress you, a certain smell.
It can remind you of an old girl.
Right.
Her perfume smell like, oh man.
Yeah, she might have died.
She might have died.
And so, every time,
So scent is one of the ways of marketing that a lot of people are not taking advantage of.
Yes.
And you put a genius plan together with that.
Yes.
We had deterrent smells inside the museums, and we kind of use some of your products.
Yes.
And they keep people away from those artifacts. So the buttery popcorn that y'all have too.
Yes.
We use those in the movie theaters. I gave a little sample to that, and they make sure that it's encouraging that smell of buttery popcorn for the buyers.
So they can just come on and get it.
Yep. And that's what we're working on right now.
We only got about a minute. Tell them if you want to do some speaking, which you do anyway. Do you want somebody to speak on your behalf? You give them the guidelines of what you want them to talk about. How will they get in touch with you?
You can follow me on Instagram, and it's spelled OKNOWHOW21. That's Oh No How 21. They used to call me Oh No He Didn't on the street when I was wild and young. Oh No He Didn't. But now it's Oh No How.
Yes.
So I use the same name, but words got power, right?
Right.
So I changed the meaning of the
Spell
word.
it again.
OKNOWHOW21. It's OKNOWHOW21. Oh No How. Now. 21.
Okay. And a phone number.
And my telephone number is 980-320-7004. That's 980-320-7004. And you can email me at Omari, Omari, GV tequila@gmail.com. That's Omari, GV tequila@gmail.com.
And what about YouTube?
YouTube, you can type Omari Brunson, lowercase o, lowercase b, or capital O and capital B. I got two different types.
Okay.
And that's what messed me up. I had downloaded two different types of.
Amari Brunson, that's
Omari Brunson.
Say it again.
Omari Omari Brunson on YouTube, Vimeo, Facebook, Google me.
That's it. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in
Thank you.
live. And we are signing off from Sir Markadu, the Sir Media Group. And if you need an interview, give me a call at 404-578-3549. Again, that's 404-578-3549. Again, Sir Markadu with Sir Media Group, where we put your business in the streets. God bless you.
God bless.